What's up? Welcome to another episode of the Tina Parker Show. Y'all, we are on day 20. We're just zipping right through this 30-day challenge, aren't we? If you don't know, I'm doing a 30-day challenge of 100 heel elevated squats. And why would I do just one thing? Because some people are starting from like bottom, zero. Okay? They have terrible habits. They aren't pouring into themselves. They're just getting started. And sometimes the thought of something huge to start creating change can be completely daunting and overwhelming. And we're like, I'm not for that. But I'm here to tell you 100%, if you can start one small thing, replacing or just incorporating one new thing and do it every single day, you're going to notice massive change in your life. You're going to notice, wow, I'm stronger. You're going to increase your mental toughness. You're going to start to believe in yourself and have self-trust. And pretty soon you're going to be freaking unstoppable. Okay. So it starts with one decision, okay, to start something new. And so I'm just offering this for free. I'm sharing the journey. I'm sharing me doing it as an example and inviting others that want to, improve their bottom half of their body and their strength. I'm inviting you to do the same. And each day I create a theme. Okay. And so, like, something to help you learn something new, something to help remove old beliefs that you might have about yourself, okay? Or about the world, whatever it is. But today's day 20, choose yourself again, right? Choose yourself again. Do you know that when you were born, you were fearless? So maybe you're going back to when you were a baby. All right? Choose yourself again. You are not who they left. You are who you're becoming. That's what's up. Welcome to day 20 of the Faith in Motion Challenge. Today's theme is choose yourself again. Some of you have been walking around thinking you're the version of yourself that someone walked away from. Who's lost someone? Okay. Who's lost a partner, going through a divorce, went through a divorce, lost a job, whatever. And so you kind of have these feelings of abandonment, loss, grief, regret, there's so many things that all these feelings that you're not worthy that could apply, right? If you have a feeling that you're experiencing right now, put it in the comments. I would love to connect with you. All right. So some of you are thinking that you're the old version that they walked away from or that you lost the job, right? But you're not. You're the woman who stood back up. Don't forget that. When they left, the partner, the friend, the job, it didn't end you, okay? This is where it activated you. Yeah, it activated you.
Welcome to the Tina Parker Show, where we burn the bullshit, speak the truth, and build brands that break chains. I'm Tina Parker, spiritual badass, truth teller, and the woman who turns pain into purpose. If you're ready to lead with fire, heal out loud, and drop the damn mic, you're home.
Let's go. All right. Reactive mind. We're going to talk about the reactive mind. Loves replay. Okay, here's a real life example. Remember a client, you might have a friend that had, a husband that left after 10 years. Okay, hello. Maybe we're talking about me. I felt abandonment. You know what I mean? Like, I felt like I was pouring into everything that I could think of. And then when I started noticing change, that's when I put up the walls. Okay, that's the reactive mind. That action of you put up these walls so that they can't hurt you anymore, right? That's the reactive mind. And you might be reacting and you become kind of hard, And I'm speaking from personal experience, you guys, because I honestly got hard. I got I cried a lot, I felt abandonment. I felt, all these things that that this experience triggered things from my childhood. You know, we have experiences that all of a sudden take us back. We're talking about engrams. If you've been following this journey or these each day, these episodes, we're talking about these things in the subconscious, these memories, right? And we don't even realize they're there until they're triggered. Okay. So this isn't about ignoring them and just pretending. Okay. No more pretending. This is how we overcome. This is how we become unstoppable. You acknowledge, why am I feeling abandonment? Why am I feeling that I'm not good enough, not worthy? You know, all these things. It's this fear, okay, that steps in. And you have to acknowledge why you're feeling it. Okay, this is linked to this as a child. So you feel it, you know, but you don't sit in it very long. Like, you feel it, you recognize it, you have awareness around it, and then you shake it off, okay? You let it come in your body. It's in your body, right? This is energy. It's in your body, and then we let it out, okay? Through dancing, through breath work, through meditation, through I did a lot of dancing, you know, and having fun. Right now I'm doing fitness, okay? For the last 13 years, I found fitness, okay? And sometimes I dance too. But fitness has been a huge thing for me. And it will be for you too if you're not currently, you know, if you don't have fitness in your life and good health, if you're not putting good food in your body. All right? So when you stay in that loop, okay, I want you to know, moms, if you're a mother, sister, friend, I want you to look at yourself like a leader. Okay? What does a leader look like to you? Okay? So when we stay in that loop, that we're not being a good leader for our kids. Got it? Okay? We don't lead that way. We're lingering in crap. Okay? We don't want to stay there. All right? So here's the truth. You can't rebuild with hands still clutching what broke you. Got to let it go. Like, I've done a lot of detaching myself to old memories, people, things, ideas, all these things, okay? Because that keeps you living in the rear view mirror of your life. You know, look at the car, okay? It's got these rear view mirrors. You don't want to be looking in that rear view mirror and seeing your old past life all the time. You know, you got to like kiss that you goodbye. Okay? I see you. I get where you're coming from. I know where you're coming from. But that's not who I am anymore. And so you're becoming. Okay? Faith mind rewrites the story. So there's these teachings out there, and I've been incorporating a lot of Dianetics, okay, from a book, Dianetics, taught you that your analytical mind, what I call the faith mind, because the analytical mind is your faith, believing, you know, you're positive, moving forward, okay? It's logical, creative, and present. It only works when the reactive mind is quiet. So it doesn't, it literally, and I've experienced this, you guys. And so when I tell you this, when we are stuck in these loops or we're overthinking about something, our creative mind shuts completely down because we're fixated on the past or a thought or a person or a job or whatever. We can't get creative, and we want to be in our creative and present state, okay? Maybe a woman who lost her corporate job. Okay, I've been through that too. I poured into corporate banking for 23 years. Okay, and that was, you know, I lost my job, one of them, but it was a very meaningful position, and I was like crushing it. And I had an incredible team, and we were doing great things for my business partners, and it was heartbreaking for me. I had always been promoted, and told that I was like, people believed in me, and you know, they were pouring into me, okay? And I was showing up too, like over delivering, right? Doing more than the average person would do. I was a great leader. And when I lost that, it literally changed something in me. I think, and I didn't realize that initially, but over time, I'm like, oh, I really did sit in that for a long time, thinking I'm not good enough. Like maybe I was good enough, but now I'm not. And I started living in my other businesses with this because I started another business, and I believe I kind of had there was a couple things. It wasn't my passion, okay? And then the other thing was, I believe I just that it could have been some fear, lingering that I'm not good as the other companies that were my competition. You know what I'm saying? But I think a big part of it wasn't my passion. The moment you stop asking, why me? And you start asking, what now? Your brain can shift from replay to rebuild. But you have to change your words, your mind, all the things, okay? Because we're creators. So we don't want to create what we don't want. We want to create what we want. So this is why we have to let go of that and quit sabotaging. So instead of saying, if there's something that you want and you're not sure how you can get it, rather than saying that can't happen, say, how can I make this happen? How can I get there? How can I meet this person? How can I get in that room? How can I sit at that table? How can I lose 50 pounds? How can I, you know what I mean? Start saying what now, or how can I? And the universe, I believe, will help us create that. Okay. The opportunities, the people will show up, different things will happen. Okay. So we want to shift from replay to rebuild. Faith is the language of the analytical mind, that logical mind of yours. Truth without trauma. Maybe you are a girl that's stopping to check his page, the guy that you're hurt over, or maybe it's someone that you really like and admire. You stop running scenarios in your head about what you could have done different. So this is maybe the ex, or maybe a guy that broke up with you, or whatever. Okay. So you're checking his page, and then you're thinking of these scenarios. What could I have done different? Okay. Sometimes it's just not us, it's them. Okay. You need to know that. That's not healing, just so you know. Okay. That's self-harm on repeat. So you don't want to play those scenarios in your head. And guess what? I did a post yesterday. Don't worry about the cupcake that you dropped. The baker's got a fresh pan of cupcakes coming right out of the oven. You don't worry about that. Okay? You just keep moving forward, and your frequency is going to start rising too. Like everything's going to change, your energy, all that. Okay? When I left, okay, then I went into another banking job, came back out, to start my business. But when I first left my 9 to 5, I was terrified. I literally was. I was like, all I know is getting a W-2 paycheck. And I had structure in a way. Yeah, I did, but that status, a paycheck, like wondering, am I going to get customers? Am I going to, are people going to believe in me? Are people going to be willing to work with me in this type of business? It's different than how they worked with me before. And then but you've got to build your future from that past pay stub. You got to know that you're worthy to create your own, and if you have this negative mindset, you're going to create negative results. You got to know this: the creator didn't remove people in your life to punish you, or the job, or the friend. I believe the creator removes them to reposition you, because possibly you asked for more patience. Possibly you asked for something more in your life, like some big idea, some big goal. But where you currently were, you weren't going to achieve it because they were your crutch. Does that make sense? Or maybe they didn't believe in you. Maybe they kept saying, you need to be realistic. Like that's never going to happen. Those kind of thoughts, You got to get away from people like that. Okay? They're going to crush your ideas and your goals. You got to be around people that, or even alone, isolate yourself for a little bit to like get back to center, to rely more on the creator, God, Yahweh. His real name's Yahweh. But so he will orchestrate things because maybe he knows that he needs to remove them in order to reposition you or create a new opportunity or help you build that faith or build the strength, the courage, whatever it is, right? So here's the reset ritual, okay? There's simple exercises that you can do to kind of help you. You don't have to do it this way, but you can. Write a letter to who left you, okay? Say everything you wish you could have. Sign it with, thank you for teaching me what to never forget about my worth. How powerful is that? And then rip it up and burn it. But you got it out of your system. That's energy. So if it's that bad, you got to write it down. Write the letter who left you. Maybe the job who let you go. Say everything you wish you could have at that moment that you didn't say. Okay? Then sign it with, thank you for teaching me what to never forget about my worth. Rip it up and burn it. That's how you clear it. Okay? So you're not, you got to get it out of you. Okay? So we can't, and then once we get it out of us, we don't get to go back. You know, we don't want to go back and relive that shit. Okay? We move on. So in faith terms, it's deliverance, it's neuroscience, it's a pattern break. Okay? We're changing our patterns. We used to be the person that would replay on the loop. That's not who we are anymore. You're becoming. You're choosing you over the job, the person, the friend, whatever it is. Okay? Then you can write a new letter to yourself. Start with, I choose you again. Read it out loud every morning for 7 days. Here's another way that you can choose yourself again. Every time you show up for your workout, eat clean. Okay? Do you think your body's a garbage can? No, it's not. So you've got to put real food, no processed food, no junk food. I mean, I'm not saying not ever. I would probably say 10% of the time I might have something that's processed or something that's not perfect for me. Okay, I'm not seeking perfection. I'm like, can you do 90-10? Okay? Pray or set a boundary. That's you choosing you again. Okay, every time you show up for your workout, you eat clean, you pray, or you set a boundary. That's you choosing you again. Faith in motion isn't about waiting for a new person to validate you. It's about proving to your soul that you were never broken. And you don't necessarily need to jump into something else right away. You know what I mean? Like, take this time to figure out what you want. Take this time to clear that BS. Take some time to work on you. That way you show up in a new way. And people do this double take like, what? Did you see her? Did you see her? Who is she? She just turned up. All right? You are not who they left. You are the woman who rose from the ashes with a mirror in one hand and a mission in the other. All right? If this hit home, share it with another woman who's forgetting how powerful she is. We are, listen to this, okay? You are unique. You are a child of God, of Yahweh, of the Creator. You have the same power in you. Wow. Can you imagine? It's true. Okay? That's how powerful you are. You are a creator. So think about, am I creating or destroying? Am I creating what I want or what I don't want? Then, after you do that, head to the Women of Action Academy and rebuild with us, because you don't need closure. You just need clarity. Don't forget to subscribe to the Tina Parker Show. Okay? Go back if you didn't need to. Join the Action of Woman of Action Academy. It's on school, and I can send the link. And don't forget to follow me on my other platforms at The Real Tina Parker. Thank you for joining, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.